Scouting bets, week 8. It's already week 8. Week 7 is over. Not a bad week 7. Last week, week 7, only missed on one game. And surprisingly, it was the Falcons. Just the Bengals came out of nowhere. That first quarter, Joe Burrow was hot. Lit them up, but only missed on one game. So that was a good week 7. Cashed out some tickets, only missed on one because of the Falcons, but total only missed on one game in week 7. So it was a good week. Things that were supposed to go right did go right. Cowboys, Titans, Chiefs, all those games, what was supposed to happen, it did. It was a good week. Week 8. Week 8 is crazy, man. I think only one game in week 8 actually has teams with a winning record, and that's Giants Seahawks. Giants Seahawks. Not to mention the Seahawks are in first place right now. Who would have thought? The Seahawks would be in first place, and who would have thought the Giants would only have one win? That's actually the only game with guys with winning records. Week 8 is kind of like a summation of the season. It's kind of like a letdown week with just struggle teams, struggle matchups through 8 weeks. You kind of realize now, who's playing who, who's real, who's not. There's been some letdowns this season. Broncos, big letdown. Russell Wilson, huge letdown. Ravens, just blowing leads, can't hold leads, losing double-digit leads, big letdown this season. The Buccaneers, how do you lose to the Panthers with no Christian McCaffrey? Thank God we stayed away from that game. And also, thank God we stayed away from the Packers. Packers have been a huge letdown. Two teams I do not trust right now is the Buccaneers and the Packers to cover a spread. There's a couple other teams struggling, but we knew the Commanders were going to be bad. Good win, though. Good win. Had a feeling, didn't touch that game, but good win. But the Packers were, they're let down this season. Broncos, Ravens, Bucks, Packers. Definitely expected more out of that team. And just been a letdown. I don't trust any of those teams to cover a spread right now. But there's a few teams that have surpassed expectation. And, of course, is the Giants, the Jets, the Seahawks. And I'm even going to sprinkle the Falcons in there just because they have been covering the spreads. But so far in the season, parity is crazy. Any team can win on any given day. You've seen some huge upsets this week. But, it's week 8 now, and, these are all of the games. These are all of the spreads. I do not want to touch Ravens Bucks to pick a winner because those are my two letdown teams right now. But, these are the games, and also you also have Bengals Browns. The Bucks, let's just, with that game, guys, the Bucks, I'm leaning towards the Ravens to win that one. I'm not confident in it, but I am leaning towards the Ravens. The Buccaneers, they lost 5 straight against the spread. The Ravens also lost 5 straight against the spread. But, in that game, I actually like the under. If I'm going to play away, I think it's going to be the under just because, the Buccaneers offense have been struggling. The Ravens, suspect defense, but, the Bucks haven't been clicking. They can't run the ball. Kind of like the Ravens to win. But I think I'm going to play the under in that one. These are some tough games just because the matchups are just crazy. There's a storyline, everywhere. It's the way the NFL is going. Are the Packers going to upset the Bills? Who knows? I don't think so. But literally, who knows, this week. So definitely be careful. You got a London game. London, Broncos, Jags. No Russell Wilson in that game. The Jags, if anything, I would take the Broncos. With no Russ, it can't be any worse, right? In that one, the Jags have been losing a ton of games just by one possession. I don't think it's that bad. I'm not big on the Jags. Haven't been big on the Jags all season. And I think it's just one of those that, hey, new quarterback, new change of pace, new life. Hey, it can't get any better, worse. The Broncos do have a good defense. I think, throwing the London out there, it's easy to take the Jags, but I would lean towards the Broncos. But this week, man, be careful. I'm not confident at all in that game. A few games that I do like. I do like the Raiders this week. I really do like the Raiders against the Saints right now. The Saints are bad. Dalton sucks. The Saints, they just have turnovers everywhere, sloppy play, missed tackles. There's injuries all over for the Saints right now. Lattimore's hurt. Landry's out. There's offensive line injuries. Thomas is hurt. The Raiders are much better than what their record is. So, give me the Las Vegas Raiders right there, the hometown team. Give me the Raiders this week. Josh Jacobs been running the ball solid for the Raiders. I think there's too many weapons, too many things. The Raiders should win that game against a beat-up Saints team. I'll be very surprised if the Saints win that one. But like I said, parity, but I like the Raiders there. But let me just get into a few of what I'm taking so far. Well, first, let me just show you what I'm taking so far this week. So first, like I said, I like the Raiders because, like I said, of injuries. I love the Raiders there in that spot. I know they're on the road, Saints are home, but under a field goal, I like the Raiders there, and I like the Dolphins. As long as Tua can stay healthy, not get hurt, and finish the games, hey, I mean, they win games. Let's be real. As long as Tua doesn't get knocked out of the game, the Dolphins do win games. The Dolphins do look better with him. The Dolphins, their offense does look better. He was a little rusty, but, I mean, the guy's brain got scrambled. What do you expect? But I definitely like the Dolphins there. Lions defense, not the best. But I like that two-teamer right there. I hope that one hits. Nice little two-teamer. Raiders and Dolphins. I love that ticket, by the way. And so total, I have 3 tickets. This is the second one that I'm doing for this week. Monday night, don't forget you got Bengals. You got Bengals Brown. I like the Bengals all day. The Bengals started, 0-2 this season? And they definitely picked it up. They're playing better. They're on a nice win streak right now. The Browns, they lost a close one there. I like the Bengals there all day. This is a teaser that I did just to be safe because crazy things have been happening through 7 weeks of football. So I just teased this one. Bengals plus 3.5. Commanders. No one likes Carson Wentz. I don't like Carson Wentz. The Colts didn't really like him. Eagles didn't like him. And the Commanders do not like Carson Wentz. I don't know how this guy gets a job, but he's not playing. Heineke will be the quarterback. Also for the Colts, in that one, Matt Ryan is not playing. This guy named, I think his name, I'm forgetting, it's Ellinger. He's actually not bad. Be careful. This guy, he played in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but I think he was 24 or 29. One game he did have a perfect passer rating, but that's the preseason. A rookie quarterback like that coming in, I don't know. Commanders love Heineke. I don't think they're as bad. He's not a great quarterback. He's not bad. I think he's decent. I think he can make plays to Scary Terry. I think the defense can hold the Colts. I think that's a low-scoring game. I do not think the Colts have the weapons right now. Who knows? Nick Foles is the backup quarterback behind this Ellinger guy, but I don't see a blowout there. I actually think the Commanders are going to win that game outright. That's a tease plus 10. And, of course, I'm going Giants. The Giants are the best second-half team in the league right now. Okay? They've only lost 1 game. If you had just took the Giants second half, you'd be loaded this season. So, once again, the Seahawks are number 1 in their division. No DJ Metcalf. He did get hurt. Giants can run the ball. Seahawks seem to struggle against running the ball. And guess what, guys? Saquon Barkley is back. Saquon is real. He looks like his old self. Who would have known what would have happened to the Giants if Saquon has been healthy this whole entire time? But this is a teaser that I did. So these are the first 2. Love the Raiders. And like I said, guys, mix and match these. This is just Raiders and Dolphins with the spread. I bought a half point just to be safe on the Dolphins. And then this is my teaser here. And I have one more ticket. But, guys, last week only missed on 1 game. The other weeks before that, we've been missing game tickets just by 1. Just by 1. Like I said, I wish I had people that would show their, their tickets. Trend on me is, sometimes I only miss a ticket by 1 game or they all hit. So, like I said, this is all for you guys to win. But this is my last ticket so far. I may do a straight bet of maybe just the Bengals later. because I really think the Bengals are going to win that one. But this is my last ticket. Another teaser. Like I said, that Ravens-Bucks game, these two teams, they're just struggling. Either team's going to be happy for a win. I'm leaning towards the Ravens. Just don't trust the Buccaneers right now at all. But I'm just hoping that some struggling offenses. I think Lamar Jackson threw for under 200 yards last week. Almost lost that game. Bucks offense has been struggling. Mike Evans with a huge drop early in the game, maybe killed, the momentum and just set in. Unders, Commanders, Colts, unders with Heineke being quarterback and also a rookie quarterback for the Colts. Expect a low-scoring game. Teased it up just to be safe, under 46 and under 52.5. And then, I'm taking the Cowboys -2.5. Their defense is solid. Dak is back. They should cover that against the Bears. The Bears did beat the Patriots the other day, but Cowboys have been doing their thing. I don't like the Cowboys, but, hey, their defense is solid. They've been winning games, and they definitely overachieved also. I thought once Dak went down, Cowboys would, absolutely implode, and they didn't. They only lost one game under Cooper Rush, so, they did their job. I think Cowboys definitely on a tease covers that 2.5. I just don't know about taking right now Cowboys -9.5. But so far, guys, be careful in this week 8. A lot of struggle teams, a lot of crazy matchups. But these are my 3 tickets so far. Please please subscribe. What do you think? What are you thinking for this week? Let me know what your bets are. Scouting bets. Good luck, guys.